Hello, this is Jamie once again from Allen County Public Library, and I would like to show you today how to make a mask with minimal amount of sewing. I know that not all of us are especially good at sewing, and I am one of those people. So, I'm good at many things, but not sewing. Okay, so what you're going to do is the first thing is you're just gonna cut a square of your fabric, and whatever fabric you choose to use, the tighter the weave the better. If you hold it up to the light, the less light that you can see through it, the better. I am going to use a coffee filter inside this, so it's not going to matter as much, but you still want it to be safe to use. So the tutorial that I watched to learn this said to use a 14-inch square piece of fabric. That turned out to be way too large for me. So you're just going to have to play around with the dimensions of your. You just have to try one and see if it fits. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to fold this fabric in half and make a crease, and then unfold it and turn it and do it again the other way, so that you've got see in the center, okay. That is the center. So now you're going to lay it across diagonally, and you're going to cross the, gonna fold the corners like so, and then you're gonna go ahead and sew that with just needle and thread, and I'm going to sew it in just a couple stitches is all you need, just to keep this part together. And I've got white thread here, so that's not really gonna be very good with my dark blue fabric, but I wanted you to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, so this is, I'm not not actually sewing this, I'm just kind of tacking it to, so that I can show you, because I don't want this to take forever and for y'all to get bored watching my slow and clumsy sewing. So once you get those corners sewed up a little bit so that it will stay together, now we're going to take one corner and just fold it at an angle over to the center of your mask, to where this edge is still straight and this edge is at an angle at the bottom. And then do the same thing on the other side. And my cutting skills when I cut this square were not fabulous, so I'm having to do a little bit of finagling to make this fold right. You know, they always say measure twice, cut once. Well, it's a good rule to follow. And then once you get that folded over again, then you're again going to take your needle and thread, and you're going to go ahead and sew this top section and just go through all the layers of fabric until that is secure enough for you. I hope this doesn't just come apart when I go to put it on to show you how it works. Okay, so then you're going to take your strip of t-shirt. I showed you the other day how to make t-shirt yarn, and that's basically what this is. All I did was cut about 1.5 inch strip off of a t-shirt across the bottom of the t-shirt. So then what you're going to do is you're going to put your, this is going to end up being your strap. So you're going to put it through on one side, and then take this end and put it through the other side. And once you might want to use safety pins at this point just until you can figure out just how long you want this this top strap to be, because, and I'm going to show you with one of the masks that I have finished. You want to be able to put it over your head, but you don't want it to be loose enough. You don't want it to be loose enough that it's going to fall back off. So, and then you pull that and it gathers, and then you can just tie it behind your head. So, once you have determined, nice hair, once you have determined how long you want this part to be, then you are going to go ahead and sew right here to keep it at that length. And then these ones that are hanging out the bottom always will be just loose, because that's what's going to gather up the rest of the mask for you. So that's basically it. Let me know if you have any questions. You can use just about any kind of fabric. What I have done is I did one out of a cotton napkin, cloth napkin. I did one out of a pillowcase. So it actually has two layers already, because I just went ahead and used both layers. So you can use different kinds of fabric. You can measure with your tape measure to get everything at the right, and try to cut it square so that when you make your folds, it all comes out right. And if you want to put a coffee filter into this mask, then you can see that it's the right shape already for those little cone ones. And you can just slide it up from the bottom, because that part's not sewn. And when you put the mask on and tighten it, it's going to be under your chin, so it won't fall out. And that coffee filter will afford you a little more protection, because it will keep the smaller particulates. These fabrics are not woven anything like tight enough to keep really any germs out. But if you put a coffee filter in there, it's going to give you a lot more protection from breathing in germs or possibly breathing out germs. So please ask questions in the comments. Let me know what you think. Post pictures of the masks that you make, and let us know what you need us to show you how to do next.